coming at you with my review of Sling Blade. Now, if you've been to my channel before and you've watched some of my other videos, you may be aware that a little while back I put up a video asking for people to give me suggestions of movies to watch. And one movie that somebody suggested to me was Sling Blade. A gentleman by the name of Drex78 was the one who suggested it to me, and I finally got around to checking it out. Now, and this is a movie that I'd wanted to see for years. I mean, I'd always heard impressions of Billy Bob Thornton's performance, and I'd always heard great things, and I'm a big John Ritter fan, so J.T. Walsh is in this movie, and I'm a big fan of his work in the past too, so I was always very curious to see this movie, but it was always on that to-do list. I'd never gotten around to seeing it, and when Drax78 pointed out to me, it was the kick in the butt that I needed to finally watch it, and I am very glad that I did. I really, really enjoyed this movie. It's not a movie that is going to be moving a mile a minute. It's very slow, and you could even maybe even describe it as like plotting at points, because it's very, very, very deliberate. And the strength of this movie is in the characters. There are very few movies that set up characters so effectively and efficiently and make you care about them as much as this movie does. I mean, there are characters in this movie that have extremely minor roles. Like there's a gentleman who Billy Bob Thornton's character, who's the main character, goes to work for, and he is in the movie for maybe, I don't know, I'd say tops 3 or 4 minutes, but he is extremely well drawn, and you can tell like he's got a great heart, and he really is trying to help this guy out, and is extremely honest and forthright, and like there's no real reason necessarily for him to be so well drawn. Like you could have had a kind of placeholder, but it's one of the major strengths of this movie that everybody who appears in any real way is really, really, really well put together. This movie, if you didn't know, Billy Bob Thornton plays a guy who people refer to as being special, and this is not a politically correct movie at all, so they use the R word to describe him several times throughout, and you find out as very early on in the movie, literally in the opening moments, that he is in a mental care facility because when he was young he killed his mother and another boy who he thought was having his way with her, like raping her, and so then they decide that he is sane and that he is to be let out, and it's him trying to find a place in the world. And it's the characters in this movie, like I've said, are really well drawn, and there's some really heartbreaking moments in this. Like you can, from very early on, you can see where this movie could potentially go. That things could potentially be go very poorly for Billy Bob Thornton's character, and it's very rough to see the way some people are treating him. And this is not a preachy movie by any stretch of the imagination. Like this is a movie that feels lived in. Like this is not a movie that you get the feeling that somebody sat down and wrote it and was like, I'm gonna teach the world a lesson. It was that you get the feeling that somebody had this story in their brain and put it pen to paper and told this story about as well as anybody possibly could. Like it is just, to me, this is an utter success of a film. I mean, it's not going to be for everybody. This is not a movie that, you're going to go on an adventure, or it's not the feel-good story of the year by any stretch of the imagination, but is definitely an extremely well-told story. So I'm going to leave it off there. If you've seen Sling Blade, please comment down below. Let me know what you thought of it without spoilers. And please hit that like button and that subscribe button. The like button does a lot for my channel. Gives me more gives me more influence and gets me out there a whole lot more, and I love getting new subscribers. So I would really appreciate it if you're new to the channel, if you hit the subscribe button, and no matter what, if you hit that like button, it would mean a whole lot to me. So have yourself a nice day.